everybody looking at me vlogging and stuff, but I don't care because I'm a vlogger, I'm a YouTuber. This is what I do, this is my job. But hey y'all, we just got to the Airbnb. This is when you first walk in through the door, and then here are the steps up here. I'm gonna go up this. No, I'm gonna go this level first. Walk in. That's the kitchen. It's a balcony right there. Bathroom. And then right here next to the kitchen is the basement. Laundry room. Nothing really.
Where did you find the paper towels? Hey, I don't know. God, get out. For real. First you put paper towels on the couch.
Jesus, these cats. Let me go upstairs. Oh my gosh, I look busted. But we're here because we are going to see Noah's Ark. It's supposed to be like the real dimensions of everything. But here you go. This is when you come upstairs. We love a Bible verse. This me and Jordan room and Bailey and Alyssa. It's like beds right here, these pull out. And then here's the bathroom. It's so nice in here. Ah! Okay. Oh, why is there so many flies? These are huge. Ew. Okay, and in this room. Like, it is so cute in here. They did such a good job decorating. Yeah. So like I said, we only here for a couple of days. Me and Jordan are supposed to, I got raccoon eyes. But me and Jordan, okay, yeah, I like seriously, okay, we get it, but we're only gonna be here for like 2 days. Me and Jordan got here tonight. It's like 10 o'clock right now. They got here, my mama, my aunt, and her grandson, basically their grandkids, got here early today, but they went to the museum part. And they just now getting here. Hi. Hey, Melissa. But yeah, so we're just gonna be here. We leave Monday morning. So tomorrow's when we do the Noah's Museum. So this is gonna be a quick little vlog, nothing too crazy, just so we can get away. It was a nice little drive down here. This is me and Jordan's first like road trip together, and it just made me think about the future. Here, let me see. Yeah, we here. I don't know if you can see the beat, but do the light beat. The Ark. We're about to get on these buses right here. And the Ark is, hold on. It's sunny, so I can't even really see for real. But yeah, see it's down. Wait, where is that? Can you see it? But it's a nice day. Oh, you look super tall. Or is it just not zoomed out?
Wow, what is it, Kelly?
I don't know. Oh, I wish I never did a reveal because I could be like, I'm with my boyfriend.
Go like this.
And nobody there would be like, ooh, who is it? But, oh, okay, yeah, you can see it now. It looks so cool, though. Yeah, I'm so excited about this. Yeah, we're here. Ooh. Mama. What are you excited about?
I'm excited about just experiencing the Ark as Noah and his family may have back in the day.
Okay. What are you excited about, John?
Most excited about just to see what it was actually like being on the Ark. Yeah.
I'm excited about to just see how big it is and put scripture with like a real life depiction, and just getting like more detail on like what was all on the boat, how did God tell him, like his whole process. I should have read the story again before we came here today, but whatever. So yeah, as we go along today, I'll be telling y'all info and sharing stuff, so it'll be a fun trip. A fun little field trip day. But we about to go in to this theater right here, and it's like a 20-minute little spiel that they got about everything, like information. So I'll try to get snippets of some stuff or just come back just tell y'all like interesting things from it. But see you guys soon. Here's the theater, y'all. I feel good in here too. Okay, y'all. We just I didn't bring my stand, so okay, you can see better. But we just did the little movie thing, and I'm gonna tell y'all like a couple of things that I found really interesting. So I read Noah's story while we were in there, and so one thing is God was so angry at everybody, the whole world at the time, because everybody was just living in complete sin and just violence, and so God was like, you know what, I'm done with everybody. He said nobody could live over 120 years old. At the time, people lived to like thousands of years. Jordan, didn't people live like thousands of years back then? Or it's like hundreds? Okay, yeah.
This person lived to 969 or something like that.
Oh, correction. I thought 1,000 was a little bit too much, but yeah, so hundreds of years. And so God was like, you know what, no more. Y'all only live until 120 max. And so so because God found favor with Noah, and basically Noah was the only one that was just living righteous at the time, he had a covenant with God where God was basically like, you know what, you're exempt. You, your family are exempt. So it was Noah, his wife, and I believe his 3 sons. Hold on. Wife and sons.
Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
Yeah, okay, so 3 sons and their wives. I'm trying to make sure it's like biblically correct, so I'm not telling y'all wrong information. But yeah, so their wives. Took a couple years to build the ark. I'm not sure exactly how long, but the dimensions is what I was like, dang. Okay, so, and I'm trying to talk fast because we're about to go to the ark, and I want y'all to see, I want y'all to hear it before we go look at it. But God told him to make the boat 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet high. Leave an 18-inch opening up below the roof all around the boat. Put the door on the side and build 3 decks inside the boat, lower, middle, upper. So just imagine how big that is. 450 feet long and 75 feet wide. That's crazy. And 45 feet high. That's insane. And so and I'm gonna put the verses in here too, so y'all could just like read the whole story. But it's in Genesis 6 and Genesis 7, and Genesis 8 or Genesis 9. All these are chapters. So Genesis 6, Genesis 7, and Genesis 9. And so dang, where did I leave off? Dang, what was I just saying? And so at the time, it said Noah was 600 years old when the flood covered the earth. And so, oh, this is what I was saying. I always thought like it was just 2 animals, female, male came in next, female, male, like 2 of the same animal. But the Bible says it was actually 7 pair. And it was 1 for eating, 1 for sacrifice. So it was 7 pairs of dogs, male and female. And I did not know that. And only certain ones, like I said, they were allowed to eat, sacrifice, and yeah. And so what's another thing that was interesting? It rained for 40 days and 40 nights, and that equated, like it said, it was 22 feet below, or sorry, 22 feet from the highest peak of the mountain. That is insane. So Jordan looked it up. What's the highest peak mountain?
Around 30,000 feet.
So the highest peak today is 30,000 feet. So it was 22 feet higher than that. Do y'all know how high it is? The Titanic stuff, I know y'all been listening to all the submarine stuff, and I'm sure y'all seen videos. Y'all already know how deep water is. The Titanic is 12,500 feet in the water. It was 30,000 feet like high, the water. And I'm sure back then it was even higher, because now we have erosion and all that over time, so it's probably wasn't even that big compared to what it was. That is insane. Like, imagine that. Like, I've been on a cruise before. If anybody's been on a cruise, for me, the scariest part, and this is why I would never do it again, is when you look out and you don't see not a lick of land. So just imagine being on a huge boat, looking out. I don't even know if they could look out, but there was no land at all because everything was covered. 30,000, and it just basically said everything died. Like every living thing died. Everything that scurried on the ground, all the birds, literally everything died. Only living things were the things on the boat. So I just thought that was just so mind-blowing. And then it said, and the flood waters covered the earth for 150 days. So after it rained for 40 days and 40 nights, for 150 days the water was still just chilling. So that equated to like 6 months just on the boat. So I feel like it was one more thing I wanted to tell y'all. Oh, one thing too is
Thank you.
God, oh, hold on, we just stepped outside. But God promised to never flood the earth again with the flood. And his promise to us, the covenant to that, is a rainbow. So anytime after a rain when you see a rainbow, that's basically God just letting you know it ain't gonna happen again. Like y'all can, you could calm down. It ain't gonna, I promise I will never do it again. And look, that's why they have rainbows here. That was perfect timing. I have set my rainbow in the cloud. That's what that verse says right there.
And let them know that's not no gay pride thing. That's a God.
Right, it ain't no pride stuff. Biblical. A covenant, it's a promise. That's what it means. Look at the boat. Look how big it is. Again, all this is accurate depictions of the boat that they really built. Ah, this is just so fun. Like, I love looking at and learning stuff like this because I don't know, I'm pretty sure I did tell y'all, but one of my biggest insecurities is I don't be knowing like Bible stories. I just feel like I'm 25, I should know like basic stuff. But, and I do know stories, but I don't know like detailed stuff. That's why I always be asking Jordan and my mama. But you gotta start somewhere. So I want y'all to fact check everything I'm saying. That's why I'm putting verses and stuff in, but I was reading from the Bible. But yeah, just fact check stuff anytime you hear something. But this is just so cool. Like, look how big this is. And God had Noah cover the boat with tar to like waterproof it, so it was no molding on the wood, none of that.
The inside.
And the outside.
I don't think he said the outside.
He said cover the wood with tar. Because if you think about it, if you just put wood in water, it's gonna get soft and soggy. So it has to be waterproof on the outside too. But oh, this is what I was gonna say. It's just so like when I was listening to that, I just found it so crazy that the importance of just following God. Like, had Noah not found favor with God, his whole family wouldn't have made it. Like, that's the reason that they had the covenant, is because of Noah. The head of the house was just obedient with God, and yeah, he was able to save his whole family. So for me, that just made me be like, wow, not only do I need to be obedient to what God has called me to do, but just also work on submission. It's just so many coverings that you get when you are submitting to your husband, and that's why like God just don't play about that. And that's why, you know, it is important to make sure you have the right head and covering over you, because like it truly affects you. It's not just a fleshly thing. Like it literally affects your, just everything that's tied to you and your generations after you. So I just thought that was just so interesting, and just put emphasis on, again, like I said, the things that God has already like put in place. But I think that's pretty much it. I think that's all I want to tell you. Clearly I'm excited because I start talking fast and I'm like going a mile a minute. But yeah, when we get inside, I'm gonna show y'all a little bit more. Everybody looking at me vlogging and stuff, but I don't care because I'm a vlogger, I'm a YouTuber. This is what I do, this is my job. But yeah, so I'll see y'all when I get inside. Okay, Jordan just added something that was even more. But he said the highest peak right now, the highest peak in the world is 30,000 feet. So 30,000 feet plus 22 feet from today's time. Like I said, back then it would have been higher because of erosion. So that's, let's just say 40,000 feet of water. Jordan was saying that's not including the ocean now. That's just from
that's
sea level.
above sea level.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you
it's
know,
even deeper than we.
ocean goes.
Plus the ocean.
Yeah, because they said we haven't even what is it? We haven't even discovered 3% of the ocean.
I don't know the percentage, but I know it's a lot that we haven't been able to discover.
So you already know the ocean itself is. It's literally physically impossible for us to even go down there and explore. So that was already here, plus that, literally nothing. And that's what he said. He wiped everything out. Literally, there was no, nothing that could survive. No birds, nothing. Because if you think about it, yeah, a bird can fly, but it has to rest on something. So every complete thing was wiped out and destroyed. And that's one thing too, I was saying, like, I was whispering to my mama, I'm like, what about the innocent babies, the newborn babies? Like, why did they have to die? Because of, you know, their parents' evil wickedness. Like, how is that fair? And then another question too was, I was like, so if everybody was wiped out and it was just Noah, his wife, his kids, and their wife, there had to be some incest going on, because how did the world get repopulated? Like, I just have so many questions. But
oh my gosh,
y'all put in the comments like questions that y'all got, or questions that that you've always had, like thinking about it, or even me talking about it, like questions that popped up. But yeah, that incest thing, I'm like, so was God okay with incest going on during that period, or what? But Jordan said he think God like populated people everywhere else. But I'm like, well, then how does that make it, like, for me that lessens the favor that you had on Noah? Because if you was gonna wipe everything off just to pop some people in another place, it's like, how, you know what I mean? But yeah, but we're entering in. Look how big this is, y'all. This is huge. And if you think about it, it needed to be this big if it was that much water.
Yeah, that much water and all those animals.
Yep. Another thing too that my mom learned at the museum is that in order for all those animals to fit, they had to be like baby animals. So it wasn't a full-blown elephant and a full-blown giraffe. Like, they were all babies in order for like 7 pair to fit and stuff. And that was just like, wow, I didn't even think about that. But yeah, here's a better look of it. So what is this?
Miss Rashonda, what's this?
Sounded like.
Oh, okay. Oh, so these are like the cages that they're in. Oh.
Another thing too, I was saying that I like really want to see the craftsmanship, like how was that back then, because you know Jesus was a carpenter, so I know they just had a skill, like an amazing skill for that type of stuff. So I know that boat was like nice on the inside, like it wasn't just no rinky-dink boat. Like I said, it took him years to make the boat. And yeah, oh, and another thing too, the reason why it was like such a big deal is because not only with the sand, but nobody believed Noah because it had never rained during that time. Like, they never knew what rain was, they've never seen it, so they basically was like, he's crazy, like rain, what is that? Because how everything grew was from like dew, like how you wake up in the morning and it's like morning dew on the grass. That's how everything got watered, from underneath the ground. So yeah, but it's just having that faith and that obedience when God tell you to do something. Because Noah didn't know what water was or what rain was. He just was like, you know what, God told me to do it, I'm gonna do it.
Wild animals will have taken up a considerable space, much of the vessel would have been long, certain walls representing sacks of cool seeds, nuts, dried fruit.
It's like, I don't want to eat nuts for 180 days. Seeds. But this would be like the fire that they had. Obviously they didn't have electricity. But, oh, this is a good question. Was Noah required to bring spiders and insects? And It says if the animals ate insects, a series of moth cribs will allow moths to climb directly into the pods, providing a renewable food source for the reptiles and amphibians. So this is something how it would look. See how it's just directly going in there, constantly feeding them. And it looks like this.
And they keep reproducing.
So it would have been coming out of something like this, attached to a cage. Clean water poured through the fabric covering. Corks removed to empty liquid waste. Waste collected in drainage system. This was like detailed. He had a lot of stuff to do. Wow, look. This is the controversial part of it because some people don't believe in dinosaurs, but my mama said at the Creation Museum they were saying how dinosaurs, like they were living during that time, so all these animals were instructed to come on to the boat too. So all these type of,
oh my gosh, their wingspan gets up to 22 feet.
like he had to build something big enough to carry all this. Let's go back over here, babe, to read about it. Okay, so it says Noah did can I read? Noah did bring many animals that are now extinct. That don't even make sense, or maybe I'm just slow, but whatever. Have 99%.
Noah did bring many animals.
Oh, yeah, okay, thanks. Have 99% of all species gone extinct. But what I'm saying is back then, that means it could have been even more animals than this.
Right.
Since it's not documented.
Right, exactly.
Dang.
Which it probably was. This stuff isn't alive now. You know what I mean?
Right. Do you believe that dinosaurs and stuff was in these?
I'm not sure. I don't really have an opinion on that.
You don't believe in dinosaurs?
Oh, I believe in dinosaurs.
Oh, you just don't know if they were
Alive during human time.
Oh. Okay, this is about freshwater, so I'm gonna pause this so y'all can read it. It's just asking like, how did the freshwater animals like survive with saltwater animals? So here's what they said.
Saurosaurus, Stegosaurus, Sauropodicids.
Not funny. Up to 85 kinds of dinosaurs was on the ark. That water thing was talking about, y'all. So this is something that how it probably would have looked because it doesn't mix. That's so, God is just so amazing. Like, what? What it say?
Each deck is engineered to account for the following needs: sensible division of labor. Okay. Time-saving mechanical processes. Yep, we saw that. Effective ventilation and waste removal. Yeah. Strategic placement of food and water.
Okay, I want to go over here. Explain this to me.
You got that?
No. Okay, so the Bible says, well, that verse did say 450 feet.
Did it?
And
you want to read the original?
Yeah, I was reading NLT.
Because they'll understand. So a cubit wasn't a specific unit of measurement. It was just from your elbow to your longest finger, which is different for everybody. That's why they standardize it now with making it a certain level of inches.
Oh, so depending on how big Noah's arm was, and I'm sure he had his sons and son-in-laws helping them, it was probably different measurements. Because he didn't just, but the Bible said it took him a couple years, but I'm sure everybody helped him.
It would have made sense that he did it because the measurement would have been inconsistent throughout the whole boat if he had more than one person doing it, since they measured it like this.
Oh.
But I'm sure he did it one time and they could use that.
Yeah, because he still, even though God instructed him, they still had to help.
Oh,
He wasn't just building this boat by himself. so they saying because it's measured in cubits, it was actually 510, roughly around 510 feet wide, 80 feet long, and 51 feet high. So that definitely adds some feet onto what I was reading in that one verse, saying 450, 75, and 45.
Right. And this is just their assumption. They're not 100% accurate, but it's the closest thing to the real size.
Yeah. Dang. But regardless, you get the point. It was a huge boat. You couldn't build it, and I couldn't build it. Everything fits. About 1,400 animal kinds and about 7,000 animals. Yeah, I'm just showing y'all. Y'all can pause to read all this. Like I said, I ain't about to be reading all this through. And it was divided. All their work was divided. One person dealing with human foods and special diets. Half a person for shoveling waste. 3 people for cleaning. I would not be cleaning the cage. I'm sorry. No, I'm not doing the cage. What would I do? What job would you want back then? Would you want to clean the cages, shovel waste, deal with the food? This is what I'll be doing. I'll be cooking. No, boy, you're not cooking.
Remember, it's only 8 people.
You cleaning the cages. Right.
It's a lot of work, isn't it?
And it's only one person for this, so that's what I would be doing. You would be doing the daily labor. Oh, I could do the laundry. Ugh. Human waste removal, I'm not doing that. But that's crazy. So they weren't just on the boat chilling, y'all. Like, they had jobs to do. It was a lot of stuff to manage and do. But here's the depiction of, like, the boat from the inside. Solid waste removal. I wonder what they had. Like, was it buckets? What was it?
They said they could have had a liquid waste pump.
Oh, and just it go outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, my camera is low storage, but this is what I was talking about as far as like they weren't full grown. Like you see these horse, baby horse. Okay, y'all, here's the water in the waste. Cost 3.
Only this one to the right is talking about ventilation.
So it's just saying how like they dump the waste in. So he walking the doo-doo, walking the doo-doo across. And dumps the doo-doo.
Dang, and that's sucking it out?
I guess that thing is...
Oh, because they're turning it and it's creating power.
But where is it going though? Oh, outside. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay, and this one is about ventilation. So I guess when the waves were created, it pushed up air into the boat. Wow. Okay, and here's the ventilation. Possible air freshening techniques. So it says, falling waves inside the moon pool pulls in fresh water. Raising waves push the fresh water through the shaft to the bottom of the deck. Fresh air is directed into the lower level, ultimately bringing air to the other decks.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, look. So it pushes out, goes to the bottom, then it rises all the way up. That's amazing.
And this is about lighting. So obviously they had the candles.
Fire lighting.
They still had sunlight though. And they look like they're opening the top of it.
Yep, there it is. Those windows, yeah.
Ain't it crazy how it goes through the whole deck of the boat?
Yeah. I wouldn't get how you get through the wood, but I guess it's not solid wood. It's still... Oh, wow. And you can open the top. That's where the most likely is from. That's probably how they let the bird out.
True. This is them still working on the boat. That work didn't stop. I'm telling you. Tell you, boy. But alright, y'all. It's over. It's
Everyone
done.
died except the 8 people.
We enjoyed it. Yeah, we enjoyed it. I'm gonna see y'all at Caracas or wherever we decide to be. I'm not 100% sure we're going to Caracas or not, because it is like 45 minutes away. And I can always go for some Mexican, and it's a Mexican restaurant here. This town is equivalent to like Muscuda.
You'll like it.
And that's on per. That's on per. Because if he can plant them seeds, he can get you to believe any and everything. You feel me? You feel me? But alright, for real, I'm done. Okay. I just wanted to put these in here just in case y'all had some questions. You can read these to kind of help you understand a little bit better. Some verses at the bottom. Picture right. Oh, let me zoom out. But this is how big the door to the boat was. Let's go read a little bit about it. But oh, one thing in the Bible too, it says that Jesus or the Lord closed the boat doors. So you know, when he closed it, it was no opening it back up. Like,
watch this girl.
when he closed the boats, that was it. It wasn't no, hey, Noah, can y'all open it? They physically couldn't because God shut it. So yeah, that's an important piece to remember. But how'd you enjoy it?
Oh, it's not over yet, but it's amazing. It just answers so many questions. It makes you think about stuff you naturally wouldn't think about.
We
like
gotta,
down to the practical type stuff.
like the ventilation and all the
ways.
Yeah. Yeah, these are like their living quarters.
I feel like this is how they'll really look too.
Look at that. Okay, so she had her little pottery, had her little pictures painting. Sorry. Huh? Yes. Oops, sorry. Sorry. Ooh, cooking and baking. And then look at the ventilation to it. Like, they literally had to think of so much stuff. Look at all this, y'all.
Home cooked meals?
No, they was getting seeds. Look at all this. Wow. It's like a whole grocery store. I wanted to read the living quarters of Ham and his wife. All that edamame. Or is that green beans?
Edamame.
Vegetation and diet. Let me go over here. Look at all the herbs and stuff. Dang. This low-key would have been fun. Look at all this. All the garlic and cabbage and lettuce.
That's a heck of a lot of produce, isn't that?
Growing food on the ark. The Lord said all the foods that were eaten were to be gathered. Noah and his family probably received most of their sustenance from foods that they could have been stored for many months aboard. Grains, root vegetables, legumes, and nuts. Fresh fruit was likely not on the menu, but dried and preserved fruits may have been. Conditions during the flood blocked large amounts of sunlight, but the Ark's third deck would have still received some natural light. The large window would allow the family to grow a variety of vegetables and herbs throughout the top floor to supplement their diet. Yeah, this is just what we was talking about earlier about the water coming above. But this says greater than 22 feet because it's measured in the cubits, what we said earlier. That's insane. On the 17th day of the 7th month in Noah's 600th year, the ark comes to a rest on the newly formed mountain in the region of Ararat.
Wow, this crazy. Did you read this? It says.
Here, y'all. Here's a better view of it too. Oh, that's crazy. Those are the doors at the top. How all the animals came up and got in. The sticks for when the flood came in and probably knocked and broke those off and just lifted the boat up. Hey y'all, we back at the Airbnb, showered up and stuff. We about to go to bed because we got to check out in the morning and head back home. But I hope y'all enjoyed this spend the day with me. That's what I'm gonna call it, spend the day with me. But yeah, put in the comments, like I said, questions, discussion topics, whatever you want. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Don't forget